Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Good day, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I am doing fantastic. I have a replay here on today's episode of World of Tanks. Ensk with Captain Obvious. He's on Ensk. He spawned into the north on an encounter battle in his Tier 8 German Tiger 2. So he sent me a note with this, wanted me to take a look at it, and it was titled, Was it luck or skill? That's an interesting question, and I talk about that quite a bit. Generally, the gist is, if you get lucky, it's not really the fact that you got lucky or even unlucky. The question is what you do with that or what you do after that. These kinds of moments are going to happen in World of Tanks because it has a lot of RNG and there are 30 people, humans, playing this game doing all kinds of things. Weird things happen. Unlucky and lucky for lots of reasons. But the question is, what do you do with that? And let's take a look at Captain Obvious's right after we read what he said and see if we think it was luck or skill. He says, or a bit of both. I have a love-hate relationship with the Tiger 2. I finally had a very good game with it, but I wonder how much was my finally getting the hang of it or just getting lucky. Okay? I've been so-so with it. I was a bit overly aggressive, but it worked. I was just wondering what your take might be. Got it? I have been trying to apply lessons learned. Thanks for your advice. Let's take a look at this. Spawning to the north into the field, he heads into the city. I prefer to go into the field. But what you're going to find here is what looks more like a standard battle on Ensk because both teams are going to send most of their heavies into the city. That was kind of interesting to me. So from a pure deployment standpoint, I would disagree with this, but you're going to find out that my disagreeing with it would have been probably wrong. So let's move in here and see how he does it. He says he was a little overly aggressive, which at first I didn't agree with, but then when I realized it was also in counter and he's kind of raging straight into the center right here, yeah, he could have got swarmed because look how far back his teammates are. This is one of the reasons why I don't really like Ensk Encounter to go into the town, especially if you are alone. But let's see how Captain Obvious handles it. I think maybe he might have noticed somewhere around here, or potentially this was the position he was going for. Gets a little bit unlucky on that. Either the track ate it or it was nicely angled. It was a pretty good angle. So the Progetto survives that. And a Pershing has done kind of the same thing that Captain Obvious did, so he's going to take advantage of it. I don't know if this guy doesn't see him or is just ignoring him, but Captain Obvious gets first blood. Notice that he's angling his Tiger pretty well right here. This is a decent Tiger position. Unfortunately, the turret is kind of suspect, and you will find the turret getting pinned, especially by gold. Now, on that one, I think I would have scooted forward just a titch, so I wasn't hitting his front plate angled, so I could get into the side. But you may have received another shot back because we have all kinds of guys from the enemy who've pushed up, but Captain Obvious's team has pushed up. I'm not seeing anything in here that I would say, you know what, Captain Obvious, so far, that was just pure luck. So we're going to come in here and start taking advantage. Perhaps there's a little luck there and that the enemy team sort of droned in and two of their guys got focused out real fast. But the question wasn't whether the enemy team did it, it's whether you were in a position and did the appropriate things to take advantage of it. And so far, yes. You do a lot of really nice baiting on this VK. Also, the nice accuracy on the Tiger 2. That is one of its advantages. Notice that there are enemies on our side as well. So one thing I will say for you from a technical aspect, Captain Obvious, is I would start doing a little bit more camera work, looking around and seeing where the possible threats are. There'll be another example coming up here that I'll note when we get there. So we're being careful. We've got a 7502 up in front of us. We have gone to APCR. He moves in. I think everyone just noticed it. And he noticed it about the same time that a Rev is going to come across. Now be careful about spinning in place in that little V there. I don't know if there was anybody to take advantage of it, but there's a mill there. There's shots, very few, but you can get shots to that little crease. You can get shots to that crease over there. We survived that. We come across, and now we're looking for shots on the Rev. Nicely done. I think I would have gone for his front wheel, for the front sprocket up there to try to both track him and pin him, because I think at that angle would have went right into the hitbox behind it on the M4 chassis. There would have been no problem. We fix it. I don't know if I would have fixed the track right there. I might have just sat there for a moment, but that may have allowed the 7201 to side scrape while I waited for a repair. I think your crew's pretty good. Should have repaired pretty quickly. The other time where camera technique is important that I was going to talk about is right here. As you were messing around with these guys, I would have taken a quick look just to make sure somebody's not going to come through. What is the status of the fight on my left? It looks like they have them pinned back to where they're not coming up to this opening right here. and I won't get shot in the side. It's just a quick look to go what's going on and come back, especially during a reload. During a reload, I have some time to lock my turret forward, look around, see what's going on, and then move back in to the fight. So the Rev is there. He's about to get double teamed. And we have our engine broken, which sucks. He's trying to get away. Again, go for that front sprocket. I think you were, actually, and it looks like you tracked him anyway, so nicely done. This 703 two-barrel takes him out. Now, this is a bummer. Watch this, guys. There's 3 guys here. Dude, we're just... Oh, and he picks us. You gotta hate it when there's 3 guys. I think the 703 was behind a dead tank, and maybe the CDA was just fast enough that it irritated him and he couldn't take the shot. But in any event, poor old Captain Obvious eats the shot from the TD player who has been sitting in a corner the entire game, got his 1 shot, and buggered off. Good news today, in today's World of Tanks, is you will get your repair kit back. In the old days, that would have been a broken engine for the rest of the game, because remember, he used his repair kit earlier. I think I would have been a little bit more aggressive right here. I would have just driven down this road and tried to get to the hit points as fast as I can. I don't know why you're actually going back this way, unless it's to try to get to the back of the map and come across for the guys back at their cap. This was an interesting one for me for 2 reasons. For that, and number 2, I might have gone back towards this way. I may have turned around and headed back, but at the very least, I'd have gone straight down this road, and then I had the option to go right or left. Right there, you know what I'm saying? Because slowing down to spin my slow hold because I have a broken engine, and then we pull back like we're side scraping. I don't know if you thought maybe somebody was back there, or that was a little bit strange to me, to be quite honest. I couldn't quite figure that out. We're going to speed this up because it takes them a while to go. I didn't see anything particularly there that was luck, right? I saw you go to an aggressive but not stupidly aggressive position. Again, good luck that there weren't 4 tanks waiting for you. Good luck that the enemy team pushed into you, and then your guys came up and you were able to dog tackle, right? But that is what you've got to do in the game. You've got to react to what the enemy team does. They get a vote. As long as you don't go driving straight through the city right into them, kind of like their Pershing did, then that's not a bad move at all. So really, what I'll tell you, what I saw here is mostly skill. So we're going to watch this poor E75 TS who doesn't know he is seen. He's like, all right, I'll just cross here, no problem, and die. Except it was the 100-01 that got the shot. That's a bummer. Speed up just a little bit because we're going to go track down this prototype. And watch how long this guy lasts. I should have slowed it down the whole time. He gets a shot in there. He's still fighting. Still fighting. Still fighting. I think somebody bounces again. No. There. Oh, boy. You think, okay, he's dead. Nope. Holy cow, did he do a nice job staying alive there. Finally get the kill on him. Down he goes, and we're at 2,507. 3 kills, 862 assists. And what was a pretty skillful game. You have a good idea of the side scraping capability of the German tanks, how to angle that flat armor to make it the most that it can be. Yeah, I don't know how many bounces you got off the turret. I wasn't paying that close attention, but it looks like most of them. Look at that. Look how many he took off that front armor up there, the upper plate. Now, if you can get the enemy to shoot at that all day, you're going to do pretty well in a Tiger II. Doesn't look like any of them really took a stab at the turret. Maybe one down. No, those are just there anyway. And there is one down on the lower plate right there, at least. I think one in the side. So, luck or skill, I would say that's 90% luck. If you want to get crazy, maybe 75% luck, 25, or sorry. Did I say 90%? That was 100% luck, man. You're terrible, and you just got lucky, okay? 75% skill, maybe 25% luck, maybe a 90-10, man. It was just a good game. It was a good, solid World of Tanks Tiger II game in an all tier 8 battle where you went to a position, you took advantage of the enemy's situation, you continued to press and fight, you did a nice job technically and tactically angling your tank. You took shots when you were reloaded, you created shots, you went and looked for shots. There's really nothing else you could ask out of a World Tanks player who's trying to play his tank the best that he can than what you did there, man. So that was awesome. Good to see that. I'm glad that the Tiger II is becoming a little bit less of a mystery. It is an actual decent tank. Obviously, there's been power creep and there's better tier 8 tanks. Most of them happen to be premiums, but I do enjoy the Tiger II, and a couple of my viewers out there, subscribers, are big time German tank fans, and they do extremely well in it. So that was pretty good, man. It was really nice to see somebody do well in that tank. Thanks for sending that in. It wasn't luck, it was skill. We will see you.